All right, we're back on a shortened trading day here the day after Thanksgiving. 20 minutes to go until the closing bell rings. The Dow is down by 95 points. So the anxiety in the market continues for investors, and you wonder whether this bull market is about to run out. We have more talk of a bear market mentality. But do businesses still have confidence in the economy? We're certainly hearing that they do for this particular holiday shopping season. The president and CEO of the Job Creators Network, Alfredo Ortiz, is our next guest. Good to see you, sir. And what about that question of the, well, let's take the economy now, and then we'll talk about the future. But it seems like people are quite confident about how things are now. What are you picking up?
Yeah, absolutely. Connell, thank you again for having me on the show. Good afternoon and happy Thanksgiving. You're absolutely correct. Consumer sentiment, first of all, is sky high. Small business sentiment, which is really the organization and groups that we really represent, small business owners across the country. 30 million of them, by the way, that employ 60 million hardworking Americans. That confidence is sky high as well. They continue to invest in their businesses, whether it's through higher wages, hiring more people, or really investing right back in their businesses. And what we've been hearing across the board is that they're feeling very confident about this economy. All
right, what do they say about the future? We've had a couple of interesting conversations already this hour about what might either cause business investment to go down, whether, declining economy, maybe the oil price is giving us a signal on that, or previous guest John Tabney was talking about the Federal Reserve. He was basically saying that he doesn't think small businesses or business in general care about the Federal Reserve that much, but maybe your members tell you something different. What do they say about the future?
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting comment. I was listening to that. I was a little perplexed in terms of where he was coming from on that one, because I think the Federal Reserve has a lot to do with the economy. And unfortunately, if you go back to October 3rd, I think that's what really started this route, which is that understanding or that expectation that interest rates are going to rise and the December rate increase and then 3 or 4 projecting out for next year. I mean, first of all, we're calling for, let's just put our, kind of slow down these interest rates. In fact, we would love to see the December interest rate not to actually go up, because there is, I think, a double whammy that's being impacted here by the Fed. It's and we actually wrote on that. It's not only the increase in the Fed interest rates that's happening, but remember, we're unwinding the bond portfolio that happened from QE 1, 2, and 3. And so it really is what we're calling. It's like not only putting your foot on the brake, but also, pulling the parking brake at the same time. And so I think we need to let the economy just kind of take care of itself. We really, are advocating for the Fed to really consider taking, that interest rate hike off the table for December.
And if they keep going with the interest rate hikes, what's the risk from the small business point of view, small, medium-sized businesses?
Yeah, well, we're concerned about that, right? I mean, in terms of the sensitivity, obviously very, very close to the consumer. And when you think about the consumer overall, what they're impacted by, whether it's their credit cards or home loans, a lot of those really are impacted by these short-term interest rates that the Fed absolutely has control over. And when you look right now at spending overall for this Black Friday, we expect, a healthy increase versus last year. I'm hearing something about 4 or 5%.
Yes.
Spending to be about $1,000, $1,100. Think about this, Connell. That is basically the tax cut that happened this year, basically, for all intents and purposes, covers the cost of the Christmas presents that are going to be under the tree this year. Think about it. It basically is a free Christmas for most American consumers, and that's amazing. And those are not crumbs. Those are real dollars.
Yeah, and most people that want a job have a job, right? So what about the labor market?
Absolutely.
In particular, again, for the businesses you represent in terms of their outlook for next year there? You expect to have as tight a labor market as we have today?
Yeah, that is one of the concerns, right? The good news is that if you want a job, you can have a job. There are more jobs available. In fact, 1 million more jobs available than there are people to fill them. And I think we're going to continue to see that labor market tightening, which is actually a good thing, right? Because we're going to see that inflation on wages. And I don't think people should be as concerned about it. I think that's a really good thing. A good thing for Americans overall and our hardworking American consumers is to see those wages increase. Because back under the previous administration, if you remember, we basically had deflation in many cases over certain quarters. And so this is really just kind of playing a little bit of catch-up on wage inflation, and we think that's a good thing. But overall, we're going to continue to see small business owners in particular invest in their businesses. And, I saw an interesting statistic just recently, Connell, on this one, which is basically if you look at small businesses and jobs, for every $10 million spent in the small business area, they basically employ about 57 to 60 jobs for those $10 million versus, for example, Amazon
Right.
is about a quarter of that. And so
Right.
we really encourage small business owners to continue their investment in terms of what they're doing in their businesses. And obviously, we encourage everybody to shop more of their small businesses because that's really where the jobs
get a
are,
little
two-thirds
more-
of new job growth.
More bang for your buck, definitely, and always
You
have
absolutely,
from
that's
that,
right. Absolutely.
sector. Hey, good talk, Alfredo. The only regret I have is we didn't have you on with John Tamny. We could have had a nice debate on the Federal Reserve, you two, but that would have been. But still, we got both sides of it, though. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, next time I'll go ahead and do that.
Thanks a lot.